Hi, welcome back to the channel. As always, I'd like to thank those of you who like the videos and have subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much. I'll keep making them if you keep watching them. Also, huge shout out and thank you very much to my good friends Julie, Carl, Luke, Craig and Tina at Vector Air. They kindly lent me this to review today, which is the Reximex Lyra. It's the essentially full scale, it's not the K1 full scale, the large cylinder version. And also, thank you very much to Steve, Dennis and Jeff, the annoying cheeky scouser, here at Atherton Indoor Range. Okay, so I've not opened this yet. This is the first time I'm having a look at this properly. So normally with Reximex products, I've had a cap here before, but you don't. You get a box, gun checklist or check sheet from Vector Air. These magazines are rotary mags in 177. I think they take 14 shots. I think the way you load these, if I'm correct, you rotate this like this all the way around. You drop a pellet in from the back, and then you bring it all the way around and drop the pellets in like that. There is also your Foster fill adapter in here. Does it have a already? Nope. You're going to need something to attach that onto, but most people have one of those already. What else do we have? We have what seems like a plastic single shot tray. Yeah, plastic. Okay, and it's a roll-in device, so you just basically slot that in. I think from the left to the right, and then you just drop your pellets into there, and pellet probe goes through there and loads it into the barrel. Some O-rings, Allen keys, test sheet, which to be fair, I'm really mindful of whether or not they are accurate, but it does show a layer of consistency here in terms of the FPS and the foot-pound and also the spread. Spread of 9, there you go. And finally the instruction booklet. Let's just have a quick look at this. Well, penultimately there's obviously these targets and stuff in there, but just very quickly, this is the Lyra full cylinder. Just as we go through this, so this full cylinder version, it weighs 3.45 kilograms. The air cylinder is 280 cc. It goes up to 200 bar, and I think you can get probably about 110 shots from that air cylinder in 177 UK sub 12. Instructions on filling it, loading the gun, and unloading and uncocking the air gun, which is cool. You can uncock it. And then trigger adjustments. There's 4 stages of trigger, or 4-way adjustable. And then we've got mechanism and parts and a part list over here. And that's it. So let's quickly just chunk this stuff back in. So in this part 1, I'm just going to overview kind of initial impressions of this. What do I think? First off the bat, you can feel this weight of this. Okay. I do like this stock. It is Turkish walnut. I do think though it could have a nice layer of polish on it. But having said that, what do you get out of the box? Quite a nice bit of walnut. Let's start at the back. Rubberized rear section, unadjustable. Sling stud here, right at the back. Just fast forward, there is one at the front over there. There's this accentuated cutout area over there, which is interesting. Ambidextrous cheek piece. Rounded top end over here, and stippled sections over here on the grip on both sides, which allow you to have essentially a thumb wrap around and a thumb up shooting position over here. Okay. We've got the Reximex logo etched into the wood over here. Trigger guard. Fairness, I think that does feel like it's metal to the touch. The shoehorn trigger over here, that feels like it's metal too. Safety is a slide forward, slide back, slide back for safe, slide forward for fire, I think. Let's just test it whilst we have a look at the cocking lever. So first stage position, doesn't spring to it. There it does now. There's a little movement there, watch. Normally, sometimes when you unlock these cocking levers, they go straight into that position and stay there. This one has a bit of movement. Cocks back to there and then just doesn't stop here rigidly. It just kind of stops there and then push it home. And then in terms of the safety, is it forward to fire? Yep. And then backwards for safe. Let's have a look at that trigger again. So over here, I will do it from this direction just to show you the first stage and second stage. So I'll do it very gently. That's the first stage travel there, right there. And if you saw it, and now the trigger is actually fixed in that position now, and let's just release it. There. The trigger, I think this trigger needs adjusting because check this out one more time. So watch, I'm going to move it and then let go, and the trigger doesn't go back to default. There we go. I'll do it gently. There. I'm going to let go, and it's stuck there. And then if I carry on. So does it go back? Look, let's try one last time. Now it's in a firing position, very delicately. Go all the way back to there. Now if I carry on, that's going to let go. There you go. And if I carry on now, right there. And then, interesting trigger. I think it's definitely going to need some kind of adjustment. Interestingly enough, underneath on the trigger guard, it says here, safe backwards, forward to fire. As we go forward, there is a Picatinny over here on this top section, but there's a smaller section of Picatinny here with what looks like an inconsistent gap over here. So that's quite bizarre, really, in terms of why that's there like that. Interesting. Over here, you look like it's got some kind of power adjuster. Again, interesting that there's no markings over here related to that. Here's the manometer. My pet peeve straight off the bat is, look at this. Let's just level the gun. And it assumes you're 7 foot tall and you can lean forward over the side of the rifle, which is, yeah, that's not my cup of tea. Ideally, that would be like that, the right way. Why can't they get that right? I know it's a budget rifle, but still, come on. As we move forward, we've got this nice kind of curvature down over here with these indentations on the underside of the wooden stock, leading to this stippled area, which graduates forward and gets slimmer towards the end and ends in a point. And underneath it, we've got a Picatinny rail attached, but I don't know if you can see that. It's not 100% touching the actual stock. There is a line over here. I don't know if you can see. Let's just see if we can get it in the light, maybe. I'm just trying to do it so the camera can see it. But there is, I don't know if you can see my finger move behind it. So anyway, let's just quickly flip forward, have a look at the air cylinder. So here's the 280cc air cylinder with this, I believe, is a screw off top. Let's have a look. Now, there we go. It's a bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Almost like it doesn't want to come off. Here we go. There we go. And there it is. So, bit of effort to take that off at the beginning, but I'm sure that's something with a bit of lubricant can easily come off and on with the amount of threading that's on here. Oh, it's at the end. And then the business end, we have what looks like some kind of muzzle brake, along with a barrel band over here. But it's got a snap to it. So the question is, does this have a half UNF thread on the end? Yes, it does. So you can put your suppressor of choice if you're planning on shooting this and you need the noise to be governed. But just to cock it back again and fire it, I'm mindful about that trigger. It's like it's sticky. The cocking lever is really nice, but it's, yeah, the trigger definitely needs some kind of adjustment to get it to go back to its kind of default position. Yeah, interesting rifle. Aesthetically, I think it looks really nice. But again, that's one thing. The center of balance over here is interesting. Considering its budget, obviously we've got to factor in the discrepancies with things like the manometer, the Picatinny rail not flush with the actual stock, the walnut itself as well. It's quite pale, but at the same time, this is something that can be accentuated with a bit of polish, which again, it's something that if I decide to get one, I'll be doing that. But for me, yeah, this trigger, that's not particularly great. But what I want to do is see how accurate this thing is. So the next thing is to mount this on there, which is the Taurus 4032 by 56, and then we'll see how this performs. Again, though, what I'm mindful of, there's scope mounts already on here, but will it work? Yeah, interesting. I'm hoping it will be able to go on here okay. If not, we'll just make some adjustments, get it on the rifle, and off we go. But yeah, that's it for this initial impressions of the Lyra, the essentially large cylinder version. Stay tuned, see what happens when I do the accuracy test, and then we'll take it from there. But if you like what you've seen, please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for the part 2 and all the other stuff I've got coming, and I'll see you soon. Adios for now.